expect here tonight?
I think defensively is where they stand out more than anything else. This is a team that can really guard you, really just Cam Boozer. And yes, he is a monster, Luke, but it's the other guys as well. Get out and get going. Isaiah Evans, one of the most spurtable shooters in the country, can really score, and then into a terrific passer on the perimeter. And he's lost 20 pounds, so at Indiana State better have Larry Bird walking through those doors.
Exactly. Just saw the record there with his head coach. They went undefeated last year at 17-0. They won their only home game earlier this year. Starting five of the Sycamores. Scott leads the team with 14.3 points a game. They go inside and they get the bucket. Blocks by Boozer. Got it back. Sterling Young on the drive. Relocating Foster for three. That's not good. And Vorst on the rebound.
Schlesinger, that you have veteran guys and older guards that can kind of manage some of these things. It can be a lot when you first have it. But
here's Isaiah Evans trying to feed it to Boozer, and it got
points a game through their first three contests. This is a team offensively that's pretty good. They have deep range, especially Camp Wagner. He's a terrific passer in these sort of situations. He's so strong physically.
Evans pulls up, no. Another long three from Wagner, and he drains this one.
30 field goal attempts on the season from three. I'm not calling him a one-trick pony, but he knows what he's looking for.
Long three.
Two for $1. Big-time shot. Same spot.
And right back to you. Back inside. Young with a wide-open three. He drains it.
They come in with a reputation of as a terrific offensive team, but they better guard him.
Boozer for three, and he comes.
Guys that have had success at the college level.
Yeah, no doubt. They're 4 of 5 from three-point range, and Harding misses on that one. 4 of 6 recovery.
Absolutely, and we talked to Coach Schlesinger before the game, and he said it was almost divine.
The foul here was on St. Bernard.
These are older players on this Indiana State team. Not a lot of freshmen getting minutes.
Harding misses on the three. Yeah, 5 assists on their 5 made baskets. What a drive here by Caden.
DHOs. This is the guy that makes it happen for him, though.
Here's Wagner again for three. That's short. Tipped around. 3-point Sycamore lead. Walker.
Terrific role player. A cerebral guy who can really shoot it. And he's got size to boot.
Foster.
To me, Mike, and you know, whenever he was in high school, this was a tough shot maker, a volume scorer, more of a point guard. Not the scoring season he wanted last year, but of course they have Cooper flushing on everything. Great pass.
Kicks it out. Young for three. And rebound. Boozer. Look at the outlet here. 39 mark here for Indiana State. 3 ball. And that's good. That's Bruno Alfin.
Grew up in the Manresa. There's a couple of those guys around college basketball. Right. Nice move.
Boozer. Right. Well, you can tell in Indiana State's game is early. They're 5 of 10 from three-point range. They turned that one over. And Jimenez is going to add on what you've been talking about with this guy, just, you know, the experience, right? He's only a freshman, but to be able to win gold medals with USA.
Multiple bit. This guy can really play. From California, makes the trip cross country. Shoots a pretty ball, though, I can tell you that.
Up to Boozer, Caden Boozer. Evans for three. Wow.
Well, there's no doubt about that. But the ability to get a rebound and make an outlet pass, and I was like, absolutely. He said, absolutely.
Operational player in all aspects on and off the court. Here's a 3 ball.
Deep.
Yeah. Camp Wagner.
2-3. You got to find your opportunities, and if you're open, you better shoot it.
Boozer brothers right there. The tip goes up into St. Bernard. Quickly the other way. Jimenez for 3. Way off, and another long 3. Young this time. Back rim. It's at 24-17. It is now a 20-3 run. An 11-0 run Duke is on right now. Indiana State trying to change that. It's a 3. Wagner got it. Pushed out deep here with 8 to shoot. Wagner. Oh, nice little move inside. Doesn't go. Tries to tip it in. A young age. They try to go with a little alley-oop there. Boozer looking inside. Now he'll get it back and score. Young dumps it inside for Harding. Out to the corner. It's Walker. And long up. Here's Foster. Yep. Caleb Foster. Harding. Trying to work his way inside. He gets it. Not too bad. Here's the three ball. Brown. Well, good box out there.
Look at Ncaa. He is pestering the basketball.
Gets the steal and the finish. For Indiana State here in this game. Down by 8. On the drive, Hall.
I mean, the ability to reach around, gets it. The Italian played for Barcelona last year, only at 16 years old when he got his first game action. Defensively, he's special.
Oh, nice. Caden Boozer for his brother. Three ball. Terrence is already going to have his average here in the first half. He's got 14 points so far.
It could be dangerous with help side coming over.
And a steal. Cameron Boozer. And he's fouled.
That they've played, they live in transition. We talk about pace, and they're one of the top in the country in pace.
Better shot. They just saw in the last possession.
He just does such a good job of dumbing things.
Intercepted.
What a luxury.
Foster. And fouled on his way.
Nobody with the coaching staff's allowed to talk about it, but I'm allowed to talk about it. Cameron, long arms, slender, reminds me of Evan Mobley a little bit and how he moves. Perimeter or.
And already with 19 here in this first frame, and a nice little scooping runner by.
Really play.
Only his second shot of the game. He's hit them both. He's got 4 points, and it's back into Boozer.
He's not as big as.
He's coming in as a freshman at 6'9", 250.
Oh.
Look at this. What a start here in this game for him.
Look at Caden
start
Boozer.
to the season.
Wow.
Oh, nice feed. That was scored 14 points in the first 3 minutes and 21 seconds of this game, and they've scored 14 since. In front of him earlier at shoot-around today, just watching him put up threes, and it's just another level.
Because he's so well-rounded, it's like he can't put his chin on the rim. But, like, he doesn't really need to. Malik Brown work, Eric McLean.
He's great. One more here for Xavier.
State Division II. He's the engine that makes this Indiana State team run on the offensive end of the floor.
State has done a remarkable job of grabbing some of those best players right from those sometimes divisions down, like you have a chip on their shoulder, and they play really well at this level. They fit right in. That's for sure. Caden Boozer, not there, out of bounds now while Graves gets back from surgery.
And you covered the Indiana State NIT run.
Yes. It was incredible.
As we talked with Coach Schlesinger, how much the people of Indiana State love Indiana State.
Starting 5. Here's a 3 ball. Evans, no. Game clock down to 4 seconds. And that is knocked out of bounds. Some more time, or do they say that's the end of the half? No. All right.
Help side defense. Cam Boozer sliding in.
That's 13 turnovers now for the Sycamores, and making.
But lost 20 pounds in June and July. Duke hired a new. You've struggled with some injury stuff, sure, but let's see if we can drop you down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sarr knocking down that jumper for Duke as they lead at 56-32.
A little bit of a quick start at the very beginning of this contest, and then Duke turned up the intensity defensively, but they didn't make pretty much all day.
Right.
I mean, he's been spectacular in every facet. Sometimes when you're playing an older veteran team and they have guys that can shoot it, you're playing half-court defense. They can get comfortable because they've seen that so much. That's a Harris Teeter hoagie.
Yeah. Game coming in with something different, right? Here's Boozer. Just too easy. He's got 25 tonight. Here's a 3 ball that's no good by Evans. And then Boozer's got the offensive board.
Oh, no. But I like the tenacity on the offensive glass for Duke. Obviously a giant point of emphasis.
I mean, you know, normally you'd say, oh, freshman, but we're talking here at Duke, and they come in. The other 5 players, they've been with this program. I mean, that's what you said, retention.
Man, like John Shire, so good at performing. Wow.
Boozer.
Cam Boozer moved him out of the way as if he was my son Damon. on an 8, depending going in your non-conference. And even when you play Indiana State, he said, you know, we played against because you're going to have to communicate a little bit more to figure some of these things out, because in the ACC as boozers, you know, John's just so smart. Nice pass by Sarr.
Ncaa for 3. No, the follow is right.
So you have to be able to reach him, and sometimes that means a different approach.
The block to the dunk for Sarr. Trying to get by Sarr. Out to the wing. Wagner for 3. Not there. Rebound. Got the ball, and Boozer's right on him. Now inside a block again. That time by Brown. Missed shot. 3, and it's no good. Rebound Boozer. Second try, yes. 16 from the field. And 9 rebounds as well. Hall for 3. Well, double-double this season for Boozer, who grabs the rebound, his 11th. Sarr for 3. It's good.
Texas game, that was the first time where, you know, you saw a little bit of it,
sure.
But obviously John Shire, he wants better.
We've seen him a ton of games in this building, what it means to them, because Shire, as we have, really in their history, it's not just under Shire, of course. Foul here.
And Duke always has that to be able to develop some of those things. But it's just because you're going to have these opportunities because of the brand. But, you know,
yeah, there really was. And, you know, you're right. I mean, when you talk about some of the other teams throughout the country.
Tough. Texas Tech's really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a guy named Christian Anderson who's terrific. German point guard.
And that Michigan game as well, too. That's another great team. Look at this. Brown. Women's basketball promo there a moment ago. How about Duke on the women's side? They are on the road, taking on no trouble with Indiana State. Under 12 minutes to go in this game.
Hey, nice play.
33 points here tonight. Runner no good by Foster.
Sometimes he's had a problem with that couple of possessions.
Wagner fading away in the corner. 3 ball, Sterling Young. Wow, off the back. 2 of 7 here in the second half, and sticking with it for the 2 is Gunba.
Floor. He's really improved his body.
Well, you had talked about with the strength coach coming in. I mean,
well, they had the same strength coach for 20-plus years.
Wow. Gunba.
He has. There's massive improvements, and you know, after doing something the same way for 20 years, and it worked, obviously, and gets another one.
Hall was called for the foul for Indiana State. Back to Boozer, back to work.
Ball in the wing. If he doesn't have a shot, he can Barkley dribble down and put his back to the defense and dribble down. Hadn't shot. He's relentless in how he does so because he's so strong and it never quits. And like, there's a cumulative physical, but like, eventually it just gets to you as a defensive player.
Freshman, those numbers. Caden Boozer for 3. Harris. Got it back, and then he's fouled.
Like, this is a guy that's a big-time scorer that has been.
Well, think about where you are at, right, to begin with. And,
sure.
And I'm with you, though.
Right. You know, you look up and down different rosters around this league. Everybody has those goals.
3 ball, Gunba. No.
They're open.
Well, they're 7 for 21 overall in this game here tonight. Inside for the 2.
The length of Duke is just crazy. Need to finish this.
And Foster does. 3rd player now in double figures in scoring for Duke. And the other way, it's Evans for 3. Ncaa to Foster for 3.
He's at Nevada. Was Mountain West Freshman of the Year. Stayed an extra year under Steve Alford. A little high-low action. Under Steve Alford. Shelton Henderson down at the University of Miami. He's another guy that was a top 25, top 30 kid. He was committed to Duke, but that really kind of fills the same role as Dame Sarr does.
Father, he only got 1, and it was his 94th game of his career against Virginia. Better than me, farther along where I was, you know what I mean? Like,
just such
the
a
props that he would probably give his son.
Most spurtable shooters in the country can really score.
He's not going to have
a
these giant
terrific passer on the perimeter. He's like, if I could recruit a guy
Sterling Young in a drive.
whose dad or mom played Division I, that they know what to expect.
You have veteran guys,
better
older guards that can kind of manage some of these things.
Well,
they can be a lot when you first have
wide open three. He drains
over the last.
They come in with a reputation
2 or 3 years
as a terrific up for the game.
Right? I mean, you probably just have to make sure you get the alumni base and all their children that have come up through the
there was a shift. DHO
and Coach K's focus.
This is a guy that makes it happen
to get guys that are willing to be one of the players. And while there might be a talent gap, sure, like you know what you're getting. And like that's the look at this pretty ball though, I can tell you that.
Up to Booth.
He's an absolute
fired-up player. Elliott tries sort of and picked up and a foul. Here's 17.
They do have some
20-3
like Jack Scott's from Princeton, but exactly what you're going to do
doesn't go, tries to tip it in
because they can
a young age. They try to go with a little alley-oop. There
reminds me of Evan Mobley a little bit.
On the call tomorrow, that's on ESPN too.
Perimeter. Tony Elliott was my mom.
Fiani Ufuchukwu checks in.
What a start here in this game. Just watching Ian Scott put up threes. And it's just
a push-off right there.
Threat for Indiana State this year. And this guy, too, shot the ball well early. Not going to be able to keep incredible range. This little hop step for the two. But
knows how to play and is willing to let the ball go. And that is so valued. A nice shot on so many levels. Nice set.
Oh, what a shot. That's Harris.
He could.
2.5 to go.
They have just been swarming on defense. And like the collective size. There's two for $1.
On the block. Now into him in the offensive end.
Basketball.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you have so many guys, watch out.
Oh, nice play here.
That Caleb Foster tried to make. You know, there's some small things. There's going to be some teachable moments here, but the general unselfish.
It's going to go home for a couple. Louisiana Tech and Ball State come into their arena.
Out a shot right here.
Instead it's Ncaa. 50-3 now at home under Coach Shire. To 62 over Indiana State. The number 14 in the country is
in the length of this Duke team. Really, really good. A lot of fun to watch. Fun to